Oh, my good friend Velma Peters came to our school by the 6th grade. And then there was Junie, Velma, and me. And we got along so good. We were the best of friends. We never had a fight. We used to sleep at each other's houses. Junie and I were so loud, so loud and boisterous. And Velma was so quiet and sweet, and she spoke softly. But we were buddies. When Richard got scarlet fever, I stayed at Junie's, and we had so much fun. Now, Junie had a sister, Elfrida, who was a few years younger than Junie. And Elfrida was always so mad because we never included her. She was younger, and of course we thought that we were the big girls. We couldn't be bothered with a little kid. Oh, she was almost hysterical there. I had another good friend, Betty Lancaster Brown. Her mother owned a small star in Harvey. And I went there once, and I was so impressed. Betty's mother was the first mother I knew that worked, and even had her own store. Oh, that was amazing. On my way to school, I would walk to the corner of 66th Avenue and 175th Street. I would look under a certain rock by a mailbox for a note to see if Betty had gone to school. She would leave me a note. If there was no note, I would wait for her. She lived on 175th Street, a few blocks past Ridgeland Avenue, so she had a long walk. And once I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then I saw Betty drive past with her father. And then I had to run like crazy to get to school. I think that was the only time I was upset with Betty, but she couldn't help it if her father wouldn't stop. I really can't remember being mad at any of my friends. We always seemed to agree on all things. Betty was flirty with her big blue eyes, and she flirted even when she got older. I would say more so. She was lots of fun to be around. I did get angry with Mildred Flannery. I was 12, Richard was 4, and Mildred kept saying, "There's no Santa Claus, there's no Santa Claus." Oh, God. I knew there wasn't, but Richard didn't. I tried to get her to stop, and I finally grabbed Richard and ran away. You know, and I'm still ticked at her to this day. Now, she was the same age as I was. She knew better than that. I had a special friend in Eleanor Wesolowski. One day we went to Boyer's Lake, Eleanor and I. Eleanor swam, and I couldn't, but I could float very well, so I was floating close to shore. Eleanor calls out, "Pearl, go back to shore. You're out too far." I don't know what happened. I tried to stand out. I tried to turn towards the shore, and down I went. I could see that yellow ball way up there, and it was the sun. And I was clawing my way up there. I mean, I was clawing. And Eleanor grabbed me and pulled me to the pier that was in the middle of the lake. So then we rested. And then she says, "Grab this stump, hold on, and I'll pull you to shore." So we started. And then the stump was rolling, and down I went again. And again she saved me. And I sat on the pier there, and she says, "Don't you dare put your toe in the water. I'll get help." So she swam to shore. She brought back Mr. Boyer with his truck, and with Bobby Walling and Jack Freetag. They put me in an inner tube and pulled me to shore, and I was so embarrassed. And Mr. Boyer said, "Don't ever, ever, ever come back to my lake." And I never have. Even to this day, I've never gone to his lake. I think he died years ago. This is coming to an end. Well, I'll talk a little bit. I didn't tell my folks, but Ma was shopping at Vic Wesolowski's store, and Vic said, "Wasn't that good that Eleanor saved Pearl's life?" Well, needless to say, I heard a lot of yelling from my Ma. You know, if it wasn't for Eleanor saving me, there would be no Tom, no Sally, no Jeffrey, Jonathan, Daniel, and little Jessica Danielle, and Nicholas, and Rael, and Angelina. Oh, God, I thank Eleanor. And also, I have said thanks so many times in my heart. I took many swimming lessons, but I still can't swim, even to this day. I'm very cautious about getting in the water. If I'm in a boat, I go rafting down the rivers all the time, but I've got a life jacket on, and I figure that's going to keep me up, you know. But I don't go on boats without life jackets. I'm very cautious about that because I know if I get in the water, I can't do anything. This is going slow. I've never used this. This is a 120-minute tape, and I've never used this before, so I don't know. It looks like it's kind of like not stuck, but it kind of hesitates. You know, it's going and then it hesitates, like it can't get over the top of what. Well, we'll see what happens. Just before the war, I started writing to soldiers. Not before the war, it must have been during the war. What's wrong with me? Started writing to soldiers. Why would I write before the war? No, during the war. Writing to soldiers and sailors as pen pals. And I wrote to Thelma Ho, a Chinese girl in Oahu, Hawaii, as a pen pal. Well, we got to wait for this to go. Oh, my goodness, it'll be forever. Well, all the soldiers and sailors faded away, but even today, 60 years later, Thelma and I are still writing.